Welcome everyone to a story that is not just written in books but etched in the hearts of billions. This is the story of Ayodhya and the creation of the Grand Ram Temple, a saga that spans millennia, weaving through mythology, history, faith, conflict, and finally glorious restoration. Let's begin in Ayodhya, one of the oldest living cities in the world. Ancient texts call it Devavrata, a city blessed by the gods. But at its very core lies Ram Janmabhoomi, the sacred birthplace of Lord Sri Ram. The journey to build the temple we see today wasn't a matter of years or even a single lifetime. It's a story for the ages. Our journey starts in the Treta Yuga. According to the Valmiki Ramayana, King Dasharatha of the great Ikshvaku dynasty ruled from Ayodhya. After performing powerful yagnas and offering countless prayers, his queens were blessed with divine children, incarnations of Lord Vishnu. The eldest Lord Ram was born at a very specific spot, which for thousands of years has been revered as the holiest of holy pilgrimage sites. Ram Janmabhoomi. For centuries, this sacred ground was a beacon of faith. Historical records, ancient inscriptions, and scriptures tell us that grand temples once stood here, marking the divine birthplace. Great dynasties like the Guptas, Kushans, and Gahadavalas all contributed to maintaining this holy site. It was a place of continuous worship, drawing devotees from far and wide, even the famous Chinese traveler Hyun Sang, who visited India in the 7th century, described Ayodhya as a major center of spiritual activity, bustling with temples and monks. But the winds of time brought change and turmoil. We now enter the medieval period. In the 16th century, during the rule of the Mughal Emperor Babur, a structure known as the Babri Masjid was built around the year 1528. Numerous historical sources and deeply held local traditions state that a pre-existing temple, which marked Lord Ram's birthplace, was demolished to make way for this new structure. For the next 5 centuries, this site became a point of contention, with both Hindu and Muslim communities laying claim to it. Yet, through all this time, the devotion of the people never wavered. Hindus continued to offer their prayers at an outer platform known as the Ramshabutra, keeping the flame of faith alive. This brings us to a long and arduous chapter of struggle and legal battles. Starting from the 18th century, a persistent call for the temple's restoration grew louder. Devotees, saints, and even kings made repeated appeals. Over 250 years saw numerous petitions, clashes, and fervent attempts to reclaim the sacred ground. In 1859, the British administration tried to manage the situation by erecting a fence, separating the site into two zones, the inner area for Muslims and the outer courtyard for Hindus. This solution, however, only deepened the divide. After India gained its independence in 1947, the dispute moved from the streets to the courts. A pivotal moment occurred in 1949, when the idols of Ram Lala, the infant form of Lord Ram, miraculously appeared inside the main structure. Following this, the administration locked the gates, but the site was legally recognized as a place of worship, and priests were allowed to perform daily rituals. From the 1980s onwards, the desire for a grand temple transformed into a powerful nationwide movement, uniting millions in a common cause. Finally, after decades of legal proceedings, a historic day arrived. On November 9, 2019, the Supreme Court of India delivered its landmark verdict. In a unanimous decision, the court declared that the disputed land rightfully belonged to the Hindu side, paving the way for the construction of a magnificent Ram temple. The judgment acknowledged archaeological evidence which indicated the presence of a large non-Islamic structure beneath the demolished mosque. As part of its balanced verdict, the court also allocated a separate prominent piece of land for the construction of a new mosque. This historic ruling brought a peaceful and legal conclusion to one of the nation's longest and most sensitive disputes. With the path cleared, the dream of centuries was ready to become a reality. On August 5, 2020, India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, performed the Bhumi Pujan, the sacred ground-breaking ceremony, officially commencing the temple's construction. The design itself is a marvel of ancient architecture and modern engineering. Built in the traditional Nagara style, the temple uses exquisite pink sandstone from Rajasthan. Remarkably, no iron or steel has been used in its construction, ensuring it will stand for thousands of years. A truly timeless structure, the temple complex is a masterpiece of art and devotion. It rises 3 stories high, with each floor artistically representing different stages of Lord Ram's divine life. Hundreds of magnificent Pillars are intricately carved with stories and figures from the Ramayana, turning the entire structure into a living scripture of stone. At its heart is the massive sanctum, the Garbhagriha, where the new idol of Ram Lala resides. Surrounding it is a vast pilgrimage corridor designed to welcome millions of devotees from around the globe. And then came the moment the world was waiting for, January 22nd, 2024. This was the day of the Pran Pratishta, the sacred consecration ceremony. In a profoundly spiritual and joyous atmosphere, the beautiful new idol of Balakram, the child form of Lord Ram, was consecrated in the Sanctum Sanctorum. Millions of devotees and revered saints from every corner of the world celebrated this historic event. Ayodhya was reborn, transforming into a global center of spiritual attraction. This day marked the culmination of a 500-year-long struggle and the fulfillment of a prayer held in hearts for generations. So what does the Ayodhya Ram temple truly represent? It is far more than just a building of stone and pillars. It is a living spiritual legacy, a testament to a historical journey of incredible resilience. It stands as a powerful symbol of unwavering faith and perseverance against all odds. It signifies a grand cultural revival of Bharat's ancient, eternal Dharma. Today, the temple stands tall, not just as a monument of victory, but as a beacon of unity, devotion, and the timeless, unending glory of Lord Sri Ram. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more stories that connect us to our roots. Jai Sri Ram.